C'est Jacques. Ce n'était pas vrai ce que tu as dit, mais c'était très plaisant d'entendre. Monsieur le maire, monsieur et madame les membres du conseil municipal, distingués et moins distingués invités, ça me fait grand plaisir d'être ici aujourd'hui. It's really a tremendous privilege to be here today. Unfortunately, Mary-Jeanne is ill, wasn't able to come, but she's represented by my 4-year-old grandson and my son-in-law, who are here, and so she sends her regrets. I remember the first time I saw Ottawa, because I'd like to say, you know, this is also a love-in about Ottawa, about how I love Ottawa, and it has nothing to do with all those editorials in the newspaper saying that I was a renegade because I was living in Perth. I remember coming, the first time I came to Ottawa, I was a grade 11 student. It was 1957 or something like that, living in Port Carling, and we had a continuation school, and there was about 35 students in the entire high school, and 2 teachers. And we wanted to come and see the nation's capital. And so we we put on a carnival, we had bake sales, we had raffles, and we raised enough money to hire the local school bus. Now that was a different era. The school bus driver was deaf, and he couldn't see very well. The school bus was something, I guess, out of the 1930s, but he was cheap. And we made our way through Algonquin Park to Ottawa. And it was the first time that I guess any of us had really been to a big city. Well, we'd been down to the CNE, but that wasn't really, you know, coming to the nation's capital. I remember the boys in Port Carling Continuation School were all excited. They had heard about all these very sexy French girls over in Hull. And over in Hull, anybody could walk into a grocery store and buy beer. So that was why they wanted to come to Ottawa.
There. I was not supposed to speak. But, non, je suis très content d'être ici parce que honorer Jim Bartleman, c'est quelque chose qui est bien mérité et qui me fait bien plaisir. You know, he became my advisor at the beginning of the roller coaster that we had together. You know, that went from some vodka at 7 o'clock in the morning with Yeltsin in Moscow to verbal fights with Castro. He had been ambassador to Cuba, and there was no Western leader who had been in Cuba for 10 years when Jim and we discussed that. It was a very difficult thing to do, and I sent him there. I thought he was a good friend of Castro. But it was not the case at all. Castro wanted to see me, didn't want to see him. Basically, because I was told that when he was ambassador, Fidel at 3 o'clock in the morning will knock the doors and have a discussion about the values of socialism and the value of North American life type of thing. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with Jim, and it was a real coaster. And you know, after that, he became the lieutenant governor, and it's where we saw the real Jim Bartleman.